Thank you for taking the time out to do this. The good thing is, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. It just 4 short months between Josh, myself, all the board members, all the great sponsors. Everyone's getting together. We got a lot of great things to offer you guys coming up soon. First of all, how many people are members here? That's more than half. That's awesome. Glad to hear. We got something great for you guys coming up too as well. But do me a favor, everyone, grab your phone. You don't have to flare it. Don't worry about it. And just do me a favor, check in on Facebook under hashtag USBG Palm Beach. Let everyone know that you guys are here. Let's just try to get the word out. Anytime if you want to take pictures or do the social media aspect of it, hashtag USBG Palm Beach. And I know Danny wants to say something about that.
Don't forget Twitter and Instagram as always. Same thing, hashtag USBG Palm Beach. Also, don't forget to give a little bit of credit to the parent foundation, USBG National Chapter. Without them, none of this is possible at all.
Perfect. And our sponsors tonight are Fournette Bronco with the lovely Sabrina. Only, which I think most of you guys got a taste of this stuff. I was actually really impressed. The hibiscus I really like, the green tea I really like. But what do you guys think so far of what you tried? Hibiscus. Hibiscus, good. I'm glad you like the hibiscus because we got something special coming. That later you're going to see. And Off the Hookah for providing the venue for us. These guys do a great job. They're always behind the bartenders and stuff that they do. Sometimes they're a little too much behind the bartenders. We like to keep them just to themselves, Caitlin. But they're a great venue. Been with them a long time and really appreciate them, so thank you. Speaking of which, they're going to have food for us in a little bit. They're running a little behind. So the food will be out probably when we take our first break, so it'll be perfect. But we got a lot of stuff to go into today. Events coming up. We just came back from the national conference meeting of the USBG. It happens 2 times a year out in Texas. Josh and I were lucky enough to go. It was really cool seeing passionate bartenders throughout the United States all doing what we do, but have some great different ideas of different things they're doing too. Some things that really work, some things that sparked our interest. Josh, what were your thoughts on the event?
I thought it was great. It was, try and help us, make you guys happy. That was the number one thing of what they also try to preach is, what do you guys want out of us and how do we make it a successful chapter? You know what I mean? Put attention to a little bit of somewhat of a thing that they're trying to work on, but we want to make sure. That's why we sent out a survey. Did anyone not get a survey online?
Who filled out the survey? I think like 4 people only. That was it. It was really sad. This is for you guys.
That's for you guys. So we can actually do these meetings to where they're accustomed to what you want and what you want to get out of this. It's a very good tool for us. So you're engaged and not want to keep coming every month.
You want to talk about some of the stuff you're planning that is coming up?
Upcoming. Anyone not like football? Who likes football? Fantastic. All the Florida chapters, first of all, there's 4 chapters of USBG in Florida. It's tied, I believe, with California for the most chapters in any state. Jacksonville is an up-and-coming pending chapter, so we'll actually have more chapters in any state in the union. All 4 chapters, there is a Monday night game the middle of November between the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's a Dolphin fan or not, but we're working on. He's actually a Viking fan. We're actually working on getting out there. Diana actually is going to be helping out with that a little bit to go out there and go see the game. It's gonna working out logistics. Another thing we'll send you an email about surveys for best ways to go travel wise. Whether or not we want to do a couple bands, this, that, and the other, but it would be, game ticket. There's also an after party at the Penthouse Club. So, it would kind of be an overnight trip. We might do it, depending if some people want to go home right away or some people want to stay. We might do like one band stay and one band go home that night, depending on what people have school or work or whatnot. So that's upcoming. And then
it's a cool charity event too, right?
Yes, and it's also for charity. A portion of the ticket sales and everything like that. And then we're selling tickets for, we're going to be doing a tailgate brawl. Every chapter is going to be making a kind of like a punch. And we're going to sell tickets for that, and that's going to help raise money for charity as well. And then sometime in November, USBG chapter in Miami, they're working on trying to get us all together for a little softball.
They challenged us.
They challenged us a little softball competition. So
you're the ump.
So they haven't really secured a date, but that should be happening sometime in October. I'll let everyone know.
October 6th?
For Cameron?
I think it got moved.
Oh, okay.
So I talked to Ezra today, and they're changing the date. So, but that will be upcoming in the next few weeks in October. But I will get with everyone at some point about seeing if how many people are interested in going to the football game in November. And then, like I said, it's a Monday into a Tuesday, so most of us don't have to work. And see how many people will go, and then once I get how many people want to go, I can work out logistics on how much it would cost. We're figuring right now it's probably going to be, give or take, probably around $75–80 for USBG members, and a little bit more for non-USBG members. So people that aren't members, you know, join up. It's going to save you. That's where you can also find value of why should I be a member? You know what I mean? We're going to, you know, all sorts of events like this, and you know, it'll be a little bit less expensive for members. So,
some other great stuff coming up, which we talked about, the happy hours. Our first happy hour, happy to say, is they're going to be held at Greece, right across the street here, every Monday from 7 to 9, right before football. I don't know if you guys know John Looney from Southern Wine and Spirits right there. John's stepping up to the plate. First one's next Monday. We're going to tell you about who it's sponsored by later, but it's 7 to 9, free drinks, and it's also going to be a mentorship program. Meaning members who are members are going to be able to volunteer to work with one of the 4 board members at each different one, and it's on a first come first served basis, and you're actually going to learn techniques, how to make cocktails, how to use those liquors, or different things like that. And on top of that, you're going to get paid $50. So, so your $100 is already halfway there. Boom, done, just like that. There's going to be 8 scheduled right off the bat. Like I said, John's going to be in charge of that for signing up. I know Danny was the first one to volunteer right away. After that, get with me when we're done. We'll take down volunteers and we'll just put a schedule. First 8 that get with me are the first 8 that actually get it. So it's definitely going to work. There's something cool. It's going to be every Monday. We're just going to start this up, 7 to 9, free drinks. It's going to be more of a casual thing, hang out. Not so much education focused, but more let's just fun, network, have some fun, learn about the product, and let's just get down and loose. Any questions? Yeah? Awesome. Not going to talk about this yet. The way today's going to go, when we're done, we're going to hand it over to Sabrina. She's going to talk about Fernat Branca and their line of products. They got some really cool stuff. Most of you haven't probably heard of Fernet, or maybe heard about it, heard different things. You're actually going to get to taste it, and Sabrina's going to walk you through it. And then we're going to learn about Only, which I just found out about recently, but they got some really good stuff there. Like I said, we talked about the hibiscus. And when you're done with that, the food should be up by then. We'll take a quick little break, get you guys some food, and while you're eating the food, I'm going to go over all about molecular mixology. This is I really can't wait to show you all the stuff that we got planned. There's a lot of cool tricks and techniques, and some of you guys see me come in as like, you know, what do you use this for when you're working the antispooner and the nitrogen thing and all this other stuff? You're gonna learn all those techniques and some really cool stuff that people that already do molecular mixology, some really cool things that like, what is he doing? Like some really cool stuff that takes it to that next level. So it's gonna be for beginners, advanced, and even a little intermediate in there as well. All right, so without further ado, Sabrina.
Well, my name is Sabrina and I work for Fratelli Branca. I am the Florida market manager for the Fratelli Branca portfolio. Fratelli means brothers and Branca is the family name, the last name. So it's the Branca family, and this company started in 1845 when Fernet Branca started, and they acquired other products, and I will start talking to you about the Antica formula. That this is an outstanding vermouth. This is the first vermouth ever created. It was made in 1786. Like they said that the where vermouth was in Piemonte, in Torino, and this was the first vermouth. In the 1700s, people used to go to the bars and order like the wine with spices and herbs. So that was the first vermouth. They were macerating the spices and the herbs on the wine. But nobody took the time to put a recipe together. So they were putting like a bunch of this, a little bit of that, a pinch of ginger, whatever. So actually Antonio Carpano was the first one writing down what he was putting in the cocktail, because that's a cocktail, you know, like two different, more than 2 wines. It's a Moscato and Chardonnay mainly, and also wines from southern Italy. And then it's 30 different herbs and spices. This is a sweet vermouth. It's very, very sweet, very, very nice. Has no colorants. The color that you will see there in the little glass, it's from the herbs and spices macerated on the wine. Vermouth is not aged in oak. It's only macerated. So it's not aging oak, it's macerated on tins, you know. Antonio Carpano was the first one writing down the recipe. All vermouth has wormwood, have absinthe, because that's the name the Germans call wormwood and the Italians translate it as vermouth. So all vermouth should have a little pinch of absinthe, of wormwood, because that's what the name means. So this bottle, like the recipe is the actual recipe from 1786, and the bottle, like the label, is a reproduction from the old label. All the bottles are numbered. It's a beautiful 1 liter bottle, and it's cork, so you know, like it's very nice. They call it the Rolls Royce of the vermouth. All you guys are using this to make your cocktails, because best cocktails that need vermouth with Antica formula are the best tasting cocktails. So I invite you to try it. There you have some information. If you need to, like, if you have any questions, please let me know. Any questions on the vermouth? On the Antica formula? Yes.
Not so much on the Antica formula, but I've come into contact with certain bars that take the steps to actually carry certain vermouths, and then, you know, they don't refrigerate them.
You don't need to refrigerate.
But it's a fortified wine, so can it turn after time? Like, isn't that something that...
It won't go bad because the herbs and spices act like an antibiotic, you know, like it won't turn bad. It can be open for a long time. Imagine mines are open inside my trunk for a long time because I give little samples,
that's a debate that I've
and they don't get bad. No, of course everything cold tastes much better because it's cold, but this you don't need to refrigerate it. And again, Antica has 30 different herbs and spices. It's the sweetest of the vermouth. Like if you put a scale, the Antica formula will be the sweetest and Campari will be the bitter one. And well, Antica is great for Manhattans, Rob Royce, you know, like any cocktail that calls for a sweet vermouth. So that's the Antica. And Puntemés is also a vermouth. The house is the Carpano house. That's a last name. It's the last name of the family. And Puntemés was made in 1860. It's actually 14 different herbs and spices. It's a little bit more bitter. It's bitter than the Antica formula. It's bitter than the Antica formula. It's only 14 herbs and spices. Same base wines, same Chardonnay, same Le Moscato, and the wines from southern Italy, same base. But the color comes from the herbs. If you see, it's darker than the Antica formula. They are more like barks and has a lot of quinine, you know, so that's why it's a little bit more, it's bitter than the Antica. And Puntemés actually was used to do the first Negroni. The original recipe for a Negroni that was created was Puntemés, Campari, and gin. That's the original formula for a Negroni. So if you want to do an original Negroni, you need the Puntemés to make it. And it's also a great vermouth. You don't need to refrigerate it neither, and the color doesn't come from any oak, only come from the herbs and spices. These are all secret formulas, you know, like the families, like actually the Branca family owns these now, so they know the formula, but it's pure herbs, spices, and wine. And it's a fortified one, yes. And then, well, any questions on the vermouth? I'm trying to go fast because Rob has a lot of things. I don't want to be like 2 a.m. and we are still here, you know. I talk a lot and I have to talk about Fernet, but I talk a lot, so. So the Candolini. Candolini is also a last name from an Italian family. Candolini is actually from Udine. This one is the one on the top, the Bianca. And it's from Venezia Giulia, Friuli, from Friuli. It's in the northeast, northeast of Italy. And the Carpano is from the northwest of Italy, right on the top, but this is from the northeast. And it's where the best grappas come from. Grappa is made with the leftovers of the grapes. When they press the grapes to make the wine, those leftovers, the skin, the seeds, and the stems are left. They are fermenting, and they distill it from that fermentation. So that's the way they make grappa. Like if somebody asks me what is grappa, it's Italian moonshine. That's what I say, because it's like Italian moonshine, you know. This is #1 selling grappa in Italy. It sells a lot. It's very popular. It's a very, very nice grappa from Friulana grapes. Friulana grapes are Tokai grapes. So that is what is made for.
So 100%.
It's a mix of other grapes too, you know, because but mostly it's Friulana grapes. And this is the Bianca. Bianca means white, so it's the true flavor of grappa. Now we have here this, and you can make great like if you see in the little cards that we left there, you can see cocktails made with grappa. Like there is like a grappa sour, because it's from grapes, like pisco, so it makes sense to make a grappa sour, and really they taste amazing. You won't believe you're drinking grappa, you know, like it's amazing, really very, very pleasant.
Can I ask one question? How many times distilled are these grappas? I mean, I don't know, because I used to work for peaceful companies, so that's why I ask. How many times distilled?
Well, you got me there. I think it's one time distilled.
I think so too. I was just wondering.
It's one time distilled.
That makes sense.
I didn't get any.
No, I think you're right.
But I think it's one time distilled.
Yeah.
The thing is that then it's lower the proof content. You know, they lower the proof content because it's very high when they.
Yeah, keep distilling it.
Yes. So, but this one time distilled.
What is the proof?
It's 80 proof.
Oh, I see.
40% is 80 proof. This grappa has the roux inside. Roux is a plant. It's the same Bianca, but with a plant that is put by hand. It's a little twig, and the plant is it's called ruta, and in Spanish it's called ruda macho, and in English they translate it as roux, R-U-E. That's the way they translate it. It's a plant that if you boil it, you can make a tea, and it's antispasmodic. It's good for stomach aches and cramps. So, and the plant is like a plant with yellow and blue, no, green and blue leaves and yellow flowers. Well, again, it's good for digestion, so gives a very nice flavor to the grappa. Gives a very nice aroma, you know, like if you tasted both grappas, you see that this one is like training wheels for the other one. The grappa bianca is stronger, so you need the training wheels first if you are not used to grappa, and then you can jump to the straight grappa. So that's grappa. Any questions on grappa? Everybody understands when I talk? Yes?
Absolutely.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, good. So, and then we go with the sambuca. This is sambuca Borghetti, and this sambuca is top 2 sambuca in Italy. Sambuca doesn't have any like mystery. Sambuca is star anise and sugar and alcohol. No mystery there. But the main thing is the quality. You know what type of star anise, how high of a quality the star anise has. What Borghetti uses, like, it's a very, very high quality star anise. So if you taste it, and I put the other one, so you can taste it side by side and you can tell me what do you think, because it's exactly the same. It's a star anise, sugar and water, but one has a better quality star anise, and
What's the other one?
the other is the one on the side. The other one?
What is this one?
The other one.
We'll call it the other, okay.
We call it the other one. Thank you. Like, Danny, I want to say it in Spanish. So now we are talking about Borghetti Cafe. And Borghetti Cafe is also from the Borghetti family. These are both from the same family. The cafe is made with Robusta beans and Arabica beans. When you get to the company, you get to Fratelli Branca in Milano, you will see that they have 2 espresso machines. They call it mocha machines, and they don't allow you to take any pictures because it's like a secret machine where they put the Robusta beans and the Arabica beans and they brew a true espresso. So this is true espresso. They brew the espresso and then they infuse it with alcohol. It's the same alcohol that they use for the Borghetti, and it's the same alcohol that they use for Fernet.
Is it grain or is it?
It's grain alcohol, yes, grain alcohol. Well, this is a true brew espresso, as I told you, so has a lot of caffeine. And if you shake it, it's froth. And like you can leave your cocktail, like maybe if you do an espresso martini, you use half vodka, half Borghetti cafe, you shake it good, it will froth, and the froth will stay as long as you have the drink. If you're like me, like a slow drinker, and it lasts the cocktail 1 hour you will have froth there. It's incredible because of all the oil from the beans. You can make cappuccino martini with a little bit of, half and half. You can make a mocha martini or a moccatini or with chocolate, it's very easy. And you can put it on top of vanilla ice cream, it's delicious. Or you can put it on some cake also, you can put it in your coffee in the morning, it has a lot of
almond milk, you're good to go.
Has a lot of caffeine.
Coffee, it's fine.
Has a lot of caffeine, so you will be awake,
Great.
So this is yeah, it's very good. Yeah. So it's a 25%, 50 proof. It's a 50 proof.
Are all these Borghetti included? This is all through Premier, because I know Carpano.
No, all through National, RNDC,
Carpano?
everything. We just switched to National a couple of months ago.
Wow, okay.
We worked 13 years with Premier, and we are with National now since July 1st. So let me talk now about my babies. Where are they? There. My Fernet and my Branca Menta. So all these brands are owned by the Branca family now. All these are owned by Fernet now. And let me tell you a little bit about Branca Menta. So then I finish with Fernet. Branca Menta started like in 1960, in the 60s. The story tells that the owner of Fernet was eating at a restaurant. Maria Callas, she was an opera singer. She was sitting on the table next to him, and she ordered a Fernet Branca, some crème de menthe, and some sugar. And she mixed it all, and she was drinking it, and he was looking at her, went up to the table and said, "What are you doing? You're messing up my cocktail, my drink, my Fernet. Why are you putting crème de menthe and sugar?" What she said was like, "I love Fernet, and it's good for my throat, it helps me sing very well. But for me it's too strong. I like it a little bit sweeter, so that's why I put some crème de menthe and some sugar." So he went back to the company and started mixing it, and they came up with Branca Menta. Branca Menta is very, very refreshing. It's the same thing than Fernet, but has more peppermint. It's a caramel from sugar, real sugar. Has no additives, no preservatives. It's all natural products. But the only difference between Branca Menta and Fernet is that Branca Menta has more peppermint and more sugar. So, and less alcohol content. It's a little bit, the alcohol content is lower. So, this is a very, very nice, pleasant product, to start, The starters, like Rob, loves Branca Menta, but the ones that already are in the next step, they already drink the Fernet Branca. I like to call it Fernet Branca because Fernet is like saying tequila. Yeah. Fernet is like saying vodka. Or if we distinguish Fernet Branca, you have other Fernets out there. In Argentina, there are over 40 different Fernets. Branca is unique, Branca is #1. But you have many different Fernets. The Branca Menta, you can drink it on the rocks. You can muddle a lime, put some Branca Menta and some Sprite. It's It's an Italian tonic or Italian herbal mojito, very nice. And you can mix it. You can use it to mix different cocktails.
As for cocktails, what's something that you would mix together?
Well, like I like to put some, like maybe Saint Germain and some of the lemon of the only, that tastes good. So, like the guys came up with good recipes, and they are going to tell you about that. And if you want, I can email you some cocktails to with the Branca Menta.
Yeah, I've seen the print, but I've never seen the.
Oh, and now you're going to try it, so I will pass it so you guys go ahead and start pouring a little bit of
I would like right? Exactly. I like that.
Also, let's start pouring a little bit of the Fernet there. You have it there. Yes. So, well, let me talk a little bit about Fernet Branca. And this is what I drink, like I always say the joke that if you take my blood, it's Fernet Branca positive, because I have been drinking Fernet, I think since I was like 5. I don't know, like every time, like I was not born in the States, as you can tell because of my accent. Every time I had a stomach ache, being a child, was a shot, like a little spoon with Fernet, to get your tummy better. So that's why I'm saying, like yes, I started drinking Fernet when I was very, very young. So Fernet is over 40 different herbs and spices. It was made in 1845 in Milano. They were looking for the cure for cholera and yellow fever. So that's why they mix all these 40 different herbs and spices. Actually, it's 27 herbs and 13 spices. You can have the whole, you can know all the herbs and all the spices, but you cannot make Fernet Branca. You can know all the herbs, but you don't know each herb is used in a different way. Like the ginseng is macerated in alcohol and the chamomile is boiled. So each herb, has rhubarb, ginseng, saffron, chamomile, aloe, gentian, myrrh, ginger. Well, has over 40 different herbs and spices. Like each herb again is mixed, it's treated in a different way. So they do this treatment of these herbs, and that takes like 2 or 3 months. It depends the herb, and then they put all together in a big stainless steel tank. They strain it, so the herbs are above and the liquid is below, and then the liquid they run it through pipes in big oak barrels, and is aged for 12 months. Fernet Branca is aged for 12 months in oak barrels, and the last 10 barrels are all connected like a Solera system, because when the last barrel goes a little bit down, like when the other one replenished, so they can keep the taste consistent. Fernet Branca is sold in 160 countries around the world. And last year we were number 22 most sold spirit in the world. 4.65 million cases. There were only 2. Yes. There were only 2 spirits growing at 20%. Fernet Branca was one. The rest were growing like in the 10th, and other ones were growing backwards, negative. We were growing 20%, and we still are. Like we are above Jameson, above Grey Goose, above Doers. We sell more than them. The only bitter that sells, because Fernet Branca is considered a bitter, the only bitter that sells more than us is Jägermeister.
Oh,
Jägermeister is the only one that sells more than us. But actually, Fernet is cure hangovers. It's a great digestive. It's great for seasickness. If you go on a boat and you feel like nauseous, Fernet Branca is great for seasickness. It's great. I call it miracle in a bottle. I think that everybody should have a little mini in the bathroom cabinet, because every time you don't feel good, a little shot of Fernet and will fix everything. So, and also gives you a nice, like a happy, pleasant feeling because of all the herbs. You don't get aggressive, you don't get sad and crying on the corners. You get happy with Fernet, so it's a happy feeling. So I think I love Fernet. I have been born with Fernet, I think. So well, I invite you to do a shot with me. Let's see what else there is. I drink it from the bottle. Here you go. Let me. Thank you. So, a little bit, you know. Cheers, guys. Thank you for coming. Any questions?
Thank you.
Any question on the Fernet?
Oh, great job. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, one thing I have to tell you. Next month we are doing with the USBG. We are featuring we need 10 accounts or 7 to 10 accounts to feature a Fernet Branca cocktail for the month of October. And in November, the first week in November, we're going to do a little Fernet Branca cocktail competition. We're going to give away the Palm Beach Fernet Branca coins. So you guys all will have a coin. The coin is a challenge. Let's see, I have my coin and Rob doesn't have the coin, and we happen to go to come here to off the hookah and he doesn't have his coin, so I will put my coin on the table. He doesn't have his coin, he has to pay for my shot of Fernet.
Yeah.
So, and let's see, I go with all of you guys and we meet somewhere and I put my coin on the table and you all have the coin, I have to pay for all of your shots. So it's a challenge coin and it's cool, you know, the USBG National has one.
Nice.
Yeah, and this one is my Fernet Tales of the Cocktails.
Oh, nice.
So I will get my Fernet Palm Beach when we are going to give them away in November.
Awesome.
So you can start thinking about the cocktails, and it will be the prices will be like these Fernet Branca beach cruisers that are awesome. So we have 2 beach cruisers for you guys. So it should be
Will the
fun.
contest be with either Branca Menta or Fernet, or just one? Just the Fernet?
It's the Fernet,
Just
but
Fernet.
yes, just the Fernet.
Okay.
Fernet Branca cocktail competition. Okay. Who is in? Good, Danny. Nobody else is in for the challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And then all the rules for the competition are going to be up on usbgpalmbeach.org, which gets launched this weekend.
Okay.
So that way you're like, what questions, how do I do this, how much time limit, all your questions will be answered on there this weekend.
That will be separate from the membership site?
Yeah, and exactly.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Armando. I work for Only Sparkling Water. Thank you for being here, guys. We're a local company. A little bit about ourselves. We've already been established in the Publix's, the Green Wine sections, Whole Foods. We're in a lot of the gourmet markets like Amici's, Joseph's, Doris's. We're currently being distributed by Cheney Brothers for the the restaurants and the hotels. And we're also distributed by Kehi and Tree of Life for the big retail chains, Publix's, the Whole Foods of the world. A little bit about my products and the ones that you guys are going to be sampling, just to let you all know. I brought 4 bottles of all the SKUs that we are tasting back there for you guys to take home.
Awesome.
Some of the goodies and whatnot are also back there for you. And there are some cold samples over there, so if you guys want any of them, please feel free to grab them.
Awesome.
A little short about the products one by one. Our #1 seller is the hibiscus. A little bit about the hibiscus and all our products. We're OU kosher certified, gluten-free, non-GMO, all natural. The hibiscus is the #1 seller, and we only use pure cane sugar for our sweetening for all of our products. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to be certified and be sold into Whole Foods. As you know, they're all organic and all natural. We have also here a new flavor which is doing extremely well for us. It is our espresso hazelnut. It is 50% Arabica beans, 50% Robusto beans. It is real espresso with all the sugar and all the caffeine, pure cane sugar. It just happens to be in sparkling water form. There is no other product in the market, Starbucks included, that has this product. A very unique product that I'm sure you mixologist masters could figure out could figure on as far as using it to mix and to make some drinks. Next, we have here the lemon mango mint. Very refreshing. I tried it myself. As far as a mojito, just add an ounce of rum and you got yourself an instant mojito. You don't have to do any of the muddling. Pure cane sugar, and that's all our products, 100% natural. And then finally we have here our green tea. It's 100% organic from Kenya. It is sweetened with stevia and monk fruit. No artificial sweeteners. It's 100% natural. They have antioxidants, actually healthy for you guys, and it only comes with 5 calories. This is something for people that don't want to drink any type of sugar or diabetic. That is the line that we do have here. We do have a hibiscus, which I left the information for you. This is what's currently carried by Cheney Brothers. All our other flavor SKUs, which include hibiscus, an unsweetened hibiscus with strawberry, the lemon watermelon, and the huckleberry, are all available in the local Publixes, and eventually we're all going to have everything from Cheney Brothers. I do appreciate you guys coming here, test out my products. It's very refreshing, and they're also very mixable. As far as, for example, the hibiscus, very good with bourbon, and I'm sure as you'll see in the back of my cards, we have some suggestions for mixes for you guys. Other than that, I thank you very much for your time, and if you guys need anything, I'll give you my cards. Anything you guys need from us, being a local company, we want to support you guys and obviously appreciate your support. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Got one more quick announcement. I don't know if you guys know Jenna Thomas from 4-Star. Yeah, come on over, Jenna. And then as soon as she's done, we got food for you guys from Off the Hookah. So as soon as she's done, we'll take a quick 5-minute break so you guys get some food. Feel free to bring the food back to your chair and eat while we're presenting. We'll just keep moving along. And with that, Jenna.
Hi guys. I am proud to announce that this year at Rachel's we are hosting our 4th annual Save the Melons breast cancer charity event, which Rob has helped me from the very beginning, so I'm very grateful to have him. It is Armed Services theme this year, so it's Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force. We will have 5 guest bartenders, including Josh and Rob, making specialty cocktails. All proceeds to this year we've chosen Sylvia's Angels. So all proceeds will go, and Sylvia will be our guest of honor. So we're going to do a special little something for her as well. So that's exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have Georgette, Pressler, Common, Body Paint, everybody. So it's going to be a lot of fun this year. If you guys can make it, it would be great. I believe you're going to make it. USBG. So it'll be an event. It'll be at 7. There's some flyers here you can grab before you leave. It's Monday, October 7th. So you guys come, it would be great. Start at 7, it'll be a lot of fun.
To follow with our happy hour themes on Monday, every Monday we're doing the happy hours from 7 to 9. Except for that Monday, we're going to move it to Rachel's and do it all for charity from 7 to 9. With that, it's an open bar for 2 hours. As long as you, it's a wristband for $25, and all the drinks you can drink from us for 2 hours. So please bring your wallet, donate, and drink up.
Yay!
Cool. If you guys want, grab some food, come back, and we'll start the next segment. All right, first of all, molecular mixology. Some of you guys heard about it, some of you guys are doing it, some of you guys know nothing about it. Who here is actually doing some kind of molecular mixology, either at the bar or have done it before? Justin, tell me what you've done.
Josh's recipes.
Yeah, which are what? Yeah, talk about it. Which are what?
His hand was forced.
No, I can't tell you to go try it now because, well, that place isn't there anymore. I'm sure Josh could make it for you.
Did you remember anything about it? What they were? What was popular?
We used a foam. It was actually really popular. It was called the Emperor's Tea. We did a Saint Germain and honey foam to go on top of the Belvedere lemon tea, lemon juice, and lemongrass simple. Pretty basic.
Did people enjoy it?
Loved it.
Nice. Who else has done any molecular mixology? Anybody else? Yeah, Joe.
My chefs are doing Luxardo foam and Amaretto foam.
Oh, nice. How hard is it to make that?
I haven't been there for the process, but they said it's pretty easy.
And then, so far, what you've done with the guests, what they've had, what's their reaction? They afraid of it? They not liking it? They're afraid of dairy? Like, what is it?
No, it's kind of cool. only put it on a couple cocktails, just kind of trying things out, but it just has like a different feel for it.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's texture. I'm going to read you the textbook definition of molecular mixology, so pardon me while I read this. Molecular mixology is the process of creating cocktails using the equipment and techniques of molecular gastronomy. It enables the creation of greater intensities and varieties of flavor combinations, and different ways of presenting drinks. For instance, gels, powders, foams, atomized spray, etc., as well as affecting the appearance of the cocktail. And pretty much all that we talked about, we're going to learn today. There's a huge world of molecular mixology. We're just going to dive in with some things and not bombard you with too much information. But there's a couple things we're going to show you. We're going to show you different ways to actually do it, and some cool practical applications for use behind your bar to make your venue and you more money. Infusions. Some of you guys have seen infusions behind the bar in a jar, you know, put some liquor in there, put some spirits in there, and wait a couple days, wait a week, wait a month, whatever it is, and you got some flavor. Most of you guys have seen that. I think there's some bars in Clematis that still do that. Correct? We're going to show you some really cool ways to do it a lot quicker. First of all, this process is a sous vide. Some of you guys have seen this before. Oh, perfect. Where have you guys seen it?
Kitchens.
Yep. Justin?
Top Chef.
Top Chef, exactly. Basically what this for is it's a culinary cooking technique. It's for high volume restaurants, this thing has got to be a lifesaver. What it does is it keeps the temperature of something while circulating it. It keeps a constant temperature. So imagine if you're in a high-end steakhouse like Rachel's Steakhouse and you're done looking at boobies and you want some steaks. Go to the back, but you want it now. Imagine having a pan of this set up for your rare, a pan of this for your mid-rare, medium well, where boom, you grab it, it's good to go, put it on the grill, char it a little bit, it's done. That's the beauty of this thing. That's how it streamlines cooking for the back of the house. And as bartenders, we see all these cool toys, and we play with them. So what we're doing with this, we're actually doing we're doing an infusion with this, utilizing vacuum seal. Sous vide just means vacuum seal. And we're cooking it. What I have in here is a 750 vodka, fresh cucumber, strawberries, and that's it. I put this in here, put the air out, keep it around 140 degrees, because anything over like 173, 80 proof alcohol starts to burn off. So then you start losing your alcohol, you start losing all the good stuff while we drink to, you know, loosen up a little bit. So you want to try to keep your temperature around 140 optimally, so that way if it gets a little hotter, you're still good, but you still keep all the sugars and the flavor intact. So you're not just making an infused or you're cooking it and losing the alcohol with a lower proof rum, you're actually going to have the same proof, adding your own flavor whatever you want to it. So we started this about an hour before you guys got here. That's all we did. Vodka, cucumber, strawberries, and we let it sit, and when we're done, we're going to try it and see what you guys think. It's going to be the last cocktail. That's the sous vide. Any questions about that so far?
What do those cost?
Good question. Around $700. It's not mine. It's Charles Stedman from Lantana Jacks. He uses this, and some really cool stuff about it. But what do we do now if we're at our bar and we want to do infusions? And we don't want to put, you know, the little jar there and it's great for marketing, but it takes weeks to like get a flavor. How do we do that ourselves? Quick infusion. I heard someone say it exactly. This technique is really cool. It's quick. You don't get as much flavor as you would doing this thing with about an hour, but it's something quick you can utilize behind your bar for, say, a guest wants to make something, or if you're in a quick cocktail competition and you have just like 8 to 10 minutes to come up with something cool and you want to utilize this, it's a cool technique. What we're going to do with this is take your spirit, put that in there, and then whatever you want to mix it with. Right now we're going to do mint. And some orange peel. Bless you. This is vodka. The same vodka as that. Pop on the top. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. Most of you guys probably seen this at Starbucks when you ask for cream or something that's a creamer. We're using it to actually make foams. But this time we're going to show you how to use an infusion with it. Lock it on nice and tight. Shake it up. Give it a quick little charge. Shake it up again. And with the quick infusions, I like to give it 2 charges. And some of you guys might have seen this for doing whippets in your rave days and all this other stuff like this. It's okay. See, it's like, what are you gonna do with all that? This comes in, these little containers come in either nitrogen or carbon dioxide. The only real difference between the two is the carbon dioxide is more of a fat, lacier bubble, where the nitrogen is a small, tight little bubble, more compact. So for flavor-wise, I like to use the nitrogen just to get more of the flavor out of that and push that pressure into it.
You go to the liter charger, you need to get -3.
Yeah. Boom, that's that. Pop this in to relieve the pressure. All that CO2 in there, you can't really open it because it's got pressure in there. So all you really got to do is pop this in like this, release the gas. I like to put that second cup in there just in case some stuff does shoot out. It doesn't shoot out all over you, or your gas, or your bar, like that. Perfect. And that's a quick infusion. That was done maybe what, a minute 30? We'll pour that right in there. And if you want,
I thought it was that's if you wanted it to flow, you have to have like
heavy cream and confectioner sugar.
Exactly. And that technique right there, the quick infusion, is actually how we did your second cocktail you guys just had. Have you guys, yep, that one. If you guys have the sheet, all the recipes of everything we've done and what we're going to do today is going to be on here, as well as the fun second handout you guys haven't had yet, because there's some fun stuff I don't want to ruin for you yet. So that was quick infusion. And that cocktail you guys had was a Sun Twist Daiquiri. It was 2 ounces of the orange mint rum in quick infused, ½ ounce of Fernet, ½ ounce of fresh lime juice, and 1 ounce of simple syrup. Simple, easy, yeah. And then with that flamed orange peel, like you notice the first one had that spritz of Fernet on there. I don't know if Josh explained that to all of you. I know he did most of you. It's creating that when you first bring that cocktail to your, right here, you drink with a lot of senses. Nose being a very important one because that's how you taste. So you get that nose feel right away with the Fernet, plus the way, like Emily, you said, it balanced out the sweetness of the cocktail. Really good that way. The same thing with the burnt orange on that one helps. Yeah. No, not even. Josh. Josh is going to give you a quick little, just a little lighter, or preferably if you have matches. Matches work a little bit better for doing the orange zest because you don't get that lighter fluid, oily feel sometimes that you would. Same thing with cigars, why you light them with a match opposed to a regular lighter. But Josh is going to show you how simple it is doing orange, flamed orange zest. Orange peel.
All right, some people like to use a peeler. I generally use a paring knife. I don't have a paring knife, so we use a nice chef knife.
That's a gigantic knife.
I know, that's what they all say. All right, you really just want the pith. You don't want any of the fruit. Butter that works. Squeeze, bam.
That's it.
And that is it.
And it really does a great
aroma. It makes a big difference.
And then you do what with it? You just throw that in the...
And then you can just toss it in and you're good to go. Yeah. You know, some people like to rim the glass and all that other fun stuff. And
well, like you said, it looks pretty. You do that behind your bar, everyone's like, oh.
That and, you know, places
I want
like
one of those. What do you got over there?
We couldn't really see it.
Oh, okay.
Do it again. Do it again.
Again? Oh, wait, it's not my bar. My bar that was going over my shoulder.
I like fire. I like fire.
Fire. Alright, we'll go over here.
Yay! To your point though, with the whole like matches versus lighter thing, something that made me feel like a total idiot when I saw it first. Someone that I know at a bar actually in Palm Beach County, they have an actual glass in each station with matches, and then they paste like they taped or glued on one of the striking. You know what I'm talking about? Because like we're never be able to find a lighter. Not all the time people lighter on you. You should probably, but sometimes you can't. So being able to strike that really fast and have that in your station with a couple of matches is kind of fun.
Nice.
I saw that. I was like,
couple.
Smart. I'm like, why did I do that?
The thing is, if you do the matches using the proper technique, it is significantly slower. If you're going to do it with a match, the proper technique really is to let all the salt turn it off and get a striking surface and burn off.
Okay.
I've not been able to find any discernible difference or anybody who can tell the difference between a match
Between the butane and
and a butane.
The average guest probably won't. You're right.
I mean, I've seen.
What's that?
I see people do it in torches.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen people. I'm not going to say names, but big name people use butane lighters or butane word.
Can we have you spit fire and let him do it?
Yes. Right up in there.
who is it?
Cool. So that's quick infusion. That's one use of this tool. This is called an espuma or a cream liquor. What you guys seen this? What's that?
Cracker.
Or a cracker for the rave days. These go in the store for anywhere from
He's a big name person.
from $20 to $150. The best I've seen for $20 at Marshall's right around the corner. They had a whole bunch in their kitchen section, so I bought a couple. There's still some left, so please help yourself. But these are a great little tool just to have behind your bar. Now the quick infusion I said was one way to use this thing. I'm going to show you another way to use this same tool behind your bar, doing molecular. You guys talked about molecular, you talked about foams. We're going to show you how easy it is to do a foam. Big misconception of foams with the guests that I've tend to see. Every time you put a foam on the drink or something, oh no, I can't have that, I'm allergic to dairy. There's no cream, or I don't want cream. There's no cream or dairy in foams. It's not a whipped cream, it's actually a cream. There's different ways to do it, and we're going to show you an easy way to do it with anything behind your bar that you have, as long as you have egg whites. And most of you guys have a kitchen where you work, so you should be able to have that behind the bar. For this foam, we're going to use the Borghetti coffee foam. Most of you guys had the Borghetti earlier. Fucking awesome was that shit. I don't even like coffee and I like that. And this foam is just outstanding. We're going to show you how easy it is to do it right now. First thing we're going to do is 4 ounces of egg whites. You can use the eggs in the back, it's up to you. I like using the pasteurized stuff. It's just a lot easier. I put it in a storm pour or a squeeze bottle and keep it in my ice well. It looks better for sanitary reasons, other than if you're doing like you really want the showmanship with the egg. It's up to you, and it's a little safer in my opinion, so I like to use this. We're gonna use 4 ounces of this. And did you guys get your OXO jigger? Oh, those of you who showed up early, good job. These are great little tools. I love these things. They go up to different amounts, 1 jigger, you don't have to worry about flipping it. We're gonna use 4 ounces of this. And then 2 ounces of fresh lemon juice, or what works just as well, and I'm a huge fan of, is the Finest Call Premium Sour. You can use 2 ounces of this.
Nice plug, bro.
Hey, when it's a good product, I like them as well. And then 4 ounces of the Borghetti Espresso.
Yummy.
And again, you guys are going to have these recipes, so you can replicate this. You can swap things out, like say instead of Borghetti, I want to do something else, a Sambuca foam or something else. Just swap them out. And then, most of my foams, not all of them, I tend to put a little sweetener. So again, I'm going to use the Finest Call bar syrup. And then last but not least, you would normally use water for your foam, is what I like to use with this recipe. But since we're doing a Borghetti coffee foam, I'm like, I want to do something different. So I actually got Yoo-Hoo, which to me is just like chocolate water.
Yeah, baby.
So 6 ounces of this.
Chocolate water.
I didn't even know that it's so big though.
Yeah, it took me a while to find it.
Label out, Rob.
Yep. 6 ounces of that.
Faces out.
And I usually put these build them in the storm pour, just because it's easier to transfer it. And just give it a quick little shake. You don't have to do it too much. Shake, shake, shake. And a spooner, same thing as this. Just pop that right in there. Pop on the top. Nice and tight. cartridges?
Yep,
right here.
Right there on the back behind you.
Oh, that's the other box. You're right. Thank you for coming to here today.
But you have to, but you shake it.
Oh.
Shake it and then
you might want to
when you're ready to use it,
making sure you screw the lid on
And yeah, make sure. Oh, yeah, good point. I always pop this. Make sure it's open, or shut all the way before I do it. It gets one charge. It's good after one charge, but for this demonstration, I'm gonna do 2 charges again. What's that, Danny?
No, the other thing, I saw a lot of people do this in the ISI demo in Tails. You have to put the lid on the canister before you screw the CO2 in. The CO2 is just going to shoot as a jet across from wherever it's going.
Cool. Now, if you guys want, besides body shots, do me a favor, Josh, you have the spoon? Oh, right here. You want to take some? Pop it in here. Crack it open slowly because it could shoot out. Just pop it in there. Grab a spoon and taste it. Let's see what you guys think. Bridget?
Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. And the cool thing about that, it's a great technique. It adds texture and character and flavor to your cocktails, and you can do that ahead of time before the guest sits there. When you're sitting there prepping your bottles, every bartender has a different setup. You're rearranging your bottles, setting your bar up. You can do that. It literally takes minutes. Set it, put it in your ice, put it in your reaching.
do you always put it on the top, or can you put it on the bottom and then pour the drink over? Or?
I've always done it on top. I never seen it on the bottom, but there's, you know what? Go for it. Come up with something. There's no reason why you can't do something the way you want to do it. There's no rules in bartending other than don't spill and don't steal. My fan club.
Right. Thank you.
All right, what I'm doing now is going to give you the second handout. So you can see all the fun stuff I have that's going on or something.
Oh, yeah. Less dense though.
Yeah.
Don't keep me out.
Guys?
You can pop it. We all share one. We have that.
Because you have that behind the bar. You have
We
that
share.
at your house.
Get each other's drinks. Yeah. Alcohol there anyway.
Now that was a quick, easy way to do a foam using everyday stuff you have behind your bar. There's also another cool way to do foams, which we showcased in the first cocktail, the Witch's Brew, the purple cocktail, is using gelatin. Talk about that in 1 second. You guys know what gelatin is or anything about it?
I have some at home, but
Jello. Think about that one. Jello, gelatin, Bill Cosby, exactly. It's the same thing. Gelatin comes in 2 different forms. Usually powder form or little sheets, basically little plastic sheets. How you doing? Really?
You can buy me drinks.
The way we did the champagne foam is took the champagne and mixed it in the powder form, and the recipe is actually on here for you. 750 milliliter of champagne on that first handout with 1.5 tablespoons of gelatin or 6 sheets. If you use the gelatin powder, just mix it in, boom, put it in the fridge for a little bit, let it harden until it's like a soft jelly almost, and then you cut. And Diana, to answer your question, can you do alcohol in foams? The answer is yes, and you're actually going to have one in a minute.
Yay!
And it actually has your product in it.
Shut up.
How cool is that? I didn't know you were going to be here. That's pretty cool.
I'll pay you $100 later.
That worked out really well. All right, so we talked about using gelatin in foams. We talked about using the Anna Spooner. You have 2 uses for this thing off the bat already that I showed you. And trust me, there's many more, but I'm just giving you 2. Quick infusions and foams. 2 simple things you can do behind your bar that don't take time, and with the prep, you can knock out some good stuff. Now with the gelatin, I showed you how to do that with the foam. We're going to show you another fun way to do gelatin, which most of us already can relate to, is Jello. Easy terminology, Jello, or what they like to call, Josh, how do you pronounce it in the chef world? Gelée?
Gelée?
Yeah, that sounds so French and so fat. Yes. And I'm going to give you the example of this right now. What is a gel? An age-old mixology favorite. Gelatin is used to create delightfully jelly cocktails. And what you're about to have today, Josh is prepping up, is a delightfully cocktail. I wanted to go outside the box with this one and do something really great for Sabrina. And I always like to challenge myself, like we talked about earlier. Fernet was a really challenging product. I'm a huge fan of the Branca, so with the Fernet, I'm like, I want to make something good, but I want to do something wow, something fun. It's going to give you. So what you're going to have is a Fernet fall pie. Basically, It looks just like a pie, topped with looks like a pie, pumpkin pie topped with whipped cream. But what it is a Fernet fall gelée on top of a crust with an orange peppercorn foam.
Wow.
Really good.
So in layman's terms, it's a Fernet Jello shot in a pie crust.
Exactly, in a pie crust with a foam. Exactly. It's that simple. It's not like, no, yeah, let's be honest. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's a great presentation. When you see it, hopefully you're like, wow, I want one of those if you bring it out to a table, or I want to make that again, or I want to do something different with it. And it's real simple. I give you the exact recipe how to make it right here. For that batch, what I did is use 1 cup of Fernet Branca. I used 2 cups of the Monin pumpkin spice syrup, which just came out, thank God. It's fall, it's seasonal, it worked out perfect. 2 cups of Coca-Cola, and 5 envelopes of the gelatin. What I mean by the envelopes, this is Knox. Get it at any Publix, any convenience store, unflavored gelatin. There's actually little pouches in your envelopes, there's 4 in each one. I used 5 of those for that measurement to give it a nice thick consistency. What I did for that is I put all that in a large saucepan and heated it up. Word of advice. 2 things, just like Danny said. For using carbonated stuff, Coca-Cola, before you put it in there, let it go flat, or else you get bubbles all over your stove and it's a bitch to clean up. Yeah, I learned the hard way. And then also with that, instead of doing boiling like you would for most Jello, I put it just above simmer. It still bubbled up, but it never went over. So once that's done, then you let it sit. I let it come down to room temperature, and the reason why I learned this the hard way as well is once it's down to room temperature, you're gonna. I just went to Publix and bought the Keebler ready-made pie crust, already done because I'm not the best baker. Already done, and poured it in slowly. The reason why you want to do it while it's room temperature and pour it in slowly, you pour it in hot and quick, it's just gonna melt that pie crust, and it's gonna have like crumbs all over the place. So let it come down to room temperature and pour it in real slow, and just instead of staying in one spot, I just went like almost like a tidal wave, so it kept it around because it will start to dilute it. I mean, it still will start to break it up a little bit. And here is the Fernet fall pie. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Sweet.
I think most of you guys still have spoons from your phone, correct?
Yeah, I tossed mine.
Oh.
You got more?
Definitely try it with the foam because the foam really plays off it well.
Yeah, see, every restaurant should have dessert like this, right? You could almost even turn it into like a Fernet gummy bear. That's what I'm thinking. Is there a way to make it even more gelatinized, I wonder? Because I feel like you could make a Fernet gummy bear.
Yes.
I feel like
just
that's
more
like,
gelatin. Just change your...
Even more. A little more. Like a Fernet gummy?
Be careful.
Ice cube trays.
Always be careful with how much gelatin you put in. I made a giant gummy bear out of my potatoes.
Did it work? Not so much.
No, the inside of the whipped cream charger was like a giant gummy bear.
No, forever.
You could pour it into like the little ice cube trays that have like the different shapes, like the hearts and the stars and like for sure.
Little guinea. Little gummy guinea.
Oh, what do you guys think? And no, you cannot use this for the next Mixology comp, please.
Anyway.
You want to change it anyway, it's up to you. Sabrina, what do you think?
I'll fresh bake my crust.
Yeah.
Anyone else need a spin?
What foam?
Thank you.
Did you use? Which foam is
The
this?
foam is the peppercorn foam.
What'd you use?
An orange. I'll show you right here. Because actually, you have the recipe right here.
Okay.
It's same basic blueprint. 4 ounces of egg whites, 2 ounces of lemon juice. I use 2 ounces of vodka, which we all know which vodka it is. 2 ounces of finest called bar syrup and 6 ounces of peppercorn syrup. And peppercorn syrup, all I did is make that myself. Saucepan, sugar, orange peel, pepper, muddle up, let it sit, done. Danny.
This is phenomenal. Nice job, man.
Thank you.
Well done.
Red or black peppercorn?
Black peppercorns. Cool. So hopefully you got, that was something I wanted to say for you guys. I didn't want to show you that one yet. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So now we've seen, again, fun things to use with this. Now I'm going to show you some fun things to use with this. How many of you guys have seen this before? I know all you guys at Off the Hook have seen this. Misto. Most people use this for in the kitchen for creating oils and stuff on different pans and different dishes. In the mixology world, we use it for just creating a mist of just you want to rinse on the glass or an aroma on top. Or you can do brulees and torches with this, which is the fun stuff, which I'm going to show you right now. All right, dig in. The way this works, fill it up with pretty much any high-proof spirit you want to use. In here currently I just have 151. You can use Angostura, you can use Fernet, you can use Grand Marnier, which I love. The reason why I like using 151 for this particular one is because it doesn't really add any flavor to what I'm doing. If I'm going to cook something or torch something, I want to bring out that flavor of whatever I'm doing. That's why I use my normal one. There's other ones that I have that have Grand Marnier or Cherry. If I want to add something or add that flavor to it as well as cooking it. But for this demo, I'm just going to use the regular one. All you do, it just pops open. You pour your liquor into here, about 3/4 of the way up. And you can use this over and over and over again. Pop that on and just pump it up. Insert your penis joke pump here now. Yes, I said that on camera. What a fun chapter.
Making a GIF out of this video like that.
All right, and then all you do with that is is like say you want to torch something, you have your ingredients in here, just give it a little spritz first so it helps brulee it, and then you just torch it up there like that. How cool is that? As soon as you do that, everyone's like, ooh, what are you doing? I want one of those. And we do this at Off the Hookah. I do it a lot, it's still going. I do this at Off the Hookah and I make a great cocktail with it with like, my most popular one is actually with thyme, some cucumber and some other stuff, which you'll find out the next seminar if you guys show up. And it's great. As soon as I do it, everyone else wants one. It's a $15 cocktail. So you just, those check averages just go. And then what you do is you start a tab with them like, hey, if you want this drink, I'm the one that can make it. Then you just keep that tab going so it helps your sales just like that. Now you guys need to use it. Okay, so that's the science behind that. Let me show you the application. Fresh thyme, like I talked about earlier. It's almost a party now. Do me a favor and just muddle that for me.
You want anything else in there?
Nope, just that. Now if you notice, there's some things that muddle really well. Obviously, things with oils, orange peels, mint, things like that. Thyme to me just isn't something that really muddled well and brought the flavor out that well. So I had to think of another way, how the fuck can I get the flavor out? And that's when I got the, that's good enough. Now, you wanna smell it?
Oh yeah.
What do you get there? Thyme, exactly. Thyme. Almost like Christmas.
You have the time?
I do have the time. And it's funny, the drink is called Italian thyme. Okay? Italian thyme. So that's the thyme muddled. Now we're gonna do the thyme torched. And you're gonna see, you're gonna get those notes, but more pronounced notes, as well as a texture of the smokiness. It's gonna help bring it out. And for that, cocktail works really fucking well. You do this, you do this, everyone's at the bar like, I want one of those. Ah, now smell that. Totally different. Torch, exactly. And when you do that with the drink, it really brings out the flavors. It's like we just did the orange peel that Josh showed you how to do. Imagine doing that cocktail on a bigger scale. Maybe torching some cherries with some sugar on there, so you actually caramelize the cherries, and then put some orange peel in there as well, so you actually get the burnt orange as well. Come up with different combinations, whatever you want to do. But as soon as you do it, it's an eye-opener, and it's only limited to your imagination. Any questions about that? All right, last but not least, actually any questions about anything else we talked about so far? Oh yeah, it's like in the back when they start cooking garlic, like it smells everywhere. You incorporate that with the heat, just changing it, it brings it out. Any questions about everything we talked about so far? All right, we talked about the sous vide. I think it's time we actually try it and see what it comes out like.
Yeah.
Josh, need your help, brother? Sous vide time.
How's it going?
We'll use the That was the apple pie. That was, yeah, it's yep, exactly. Another cool technique is like you saw how it sits there and it's still firing up a little bit. There's still some flame. You sprinkle some cinnamon on there if you want to use that profile. And the cool thing is it sparks up like 4th of July. It's a really cool technique. It's really eye-opening cool if you want to use cinnamon. But yeah, that was for that one. It was like a Blue Blazer-esque cocktail that I used to do. Tastes just like warm apple pie.
Got that one. That's what she said. Oh, no, it didn't work. I hate that I'm saying this right now. I'm so mad at myself.
And again, all this was just a 750 of vodka. Different vodka this time, sorry.
What was it? So we were looking at quality and expect?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The only reason why is that it's shipped out the house.
Yeah, we can burn this bottle.
Yeah. It's just 750 of vodka, 2 cucumbers cut up, and then 1 barrel, 1 crate of strawberries cut off with the poured with the green cut off. What do you call that?
The stems?
Stems, yeah.
By the way, when you do the bag, real easy if you want to transfer it over, just cut it.
Okay, now what Josh is going to do, he's going to help and prep us up some cocktails. We're going to mix this with the Only and
I'm doing this. I gotta. That's the worst song in the world. Like, getting the trick in mind. Damn.
Did you see the military version?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
when we break, we're gonna get up and let you guys go to that bar with Josh, get in line, try this last cocktail. It's with the sous vide experience. But again, with the 750 of vodka, 2 cucumbers, a crate of strawberries. We're gonna use the Only. You have your choice of either the green tea, which I recommend, or the lemon. And then we're gonna top it off with an Only hibiscus foam. So really good. Most of you guys like the hibiscus, so it worked out really well. So thank you guys for your time. Questions, Danny?
The hibiscus foam, did you let it go flat before you charged it?
I did not, and it worked out really well.
Fortunately.
Yeah. I actually, it was probably open for about 2 minutes because I did try it first. And I tried the rest of them. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go back with that one. So it maybe sat for 2 minutes. That's about it, though.
Yeah, not enough time.
Is it just the Only?
No, this is the Only, the same base. It's egg whites, sour, Only. I used the Only instead of water, and the sweetener. So I did 10 ounces and then 2 ounces of simple syrup.
Are you shaking with Only and then adding after? Oh, you're charging.
Charging, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So if you guys want, any other questions? Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. If you guys want to find out about future events, members, you already know. Those of you that aren't members, USBG, it's a great event. We do stuff like this once a month where it's a big educational seminar. We do happy hours all the time starting on Mondays. We do different events for charity like Jenna. Diana stepping up with the football and charity. It's some great things. You go to our website is usbgpalmbeach.org. It goes up Monday or this weekend if you look a little early. All information is going to be there. How to sign up. It's $100 a year. Members get special benefits like the Mixology competition. Members only. Different events we're going to do like the happy hour is limited to members only plus 1 guest. So membership has its privileges. Don't forget, those of you who want to sign up and be part of the mentor program for that, see me as soon as you get your cocktail. I said, Danny's got next Monday. After that, it's wide open. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.